Hi guys, Kari Nissena here, actress, producer, coach, and actor Yoda. Today's mini video coaching is a quick word or two on the concept of competition in an actor's career. Having worked with thousands of actors, I know many actors have dealt with insecurity when comparing themselves to others or when sizing up the competition in the acting industry in general. So let's have a quick chat about competition and what it means for your career. Competition shows up in different ways. It might show up for you when you're in the lobby, when you're waiting for your audition. You might look around and find yourself comparing yourself to the other actors. You start psyching yourself out, thinking you wore the wrong outfit, or maybe you think to yourself, gosh, why are they saying it that way? Because you can hear the auditioners at the door. So you're like, maybe I'm doing it wrong, right? Or actors sometimes might not want to send out their marketing materials because they looked at another actor's info who has more credits. And all of that is in one way or another just a form of fear gnawing at you. So since this idea is already out there, let's address the issue so you develop a healthy relationship with the whole competition thing. First off, please know that competition does not mean you have to be competitive. Liking a challenge is one thing. But the idea of competition does not mean you have to be ruthless or step over other people to get ahead. Even though we've heard all these horror stories in Hollywood, please know that even though there may be some jerks in this business, but there are also tons of really wonderful, kind-hearted souls out there that are willing to help actors in their careers. And if you're new to the industry, you might be thinking, okay, so how do I meet these great people, right? Well, I would suggest that you first start with yourself and see how you can help others first. So how can you be of service? And I think you'll find that when you look at this career as a more collaborative effort, you will start to see that great people will start to find their way into your life. I have a friend that I have hired multiple times now, and tons of other people I know have hired her too. Just because she always offers herself up to be of help or to be a PA or be on set or run errands. And because of that, I have gone out of my way, and so have other filmmaker friends of mine, to cast her or throw her a line in our projects if possible. Just because she was on set and doing a good job and because she was helping us. So we wanted to help her back. And because we could. That won't always be the case, but in those scenarios, we were able to help her. So first, think of being of service. And when you start thinking about who is competing for the same roles as you are, when we look at the sheer numbers, yes, no doubt, there is a staggering amount of competition. But let's look at this as an opportunity to up your game. Okay? You want to work on your craft. You want to be prepared. There are millions of people who call themselves actors in this world. So the healthy part about knowing this is that it can push you to be more prepared, to work on your craft on a weekly or even daily basis, and to make sure that you conduct your career like a real business. And one of the best things about knowing that there are a lot of actors is that you can, you just know that you need to take control and take comfort knowing that most of the time it's not about you when we're talking about auditioning. Okay, after a certain skill level has been achieved in your craft and in your business, then after that point, many times you booking the role or not booking the role is out of your hands, and it is not even about you. So maybe they already hired too many brunettes, so now they decided to hire a redhead. Or you're a guy and they changed the role to be female at the last minute. Or you remind the producer of their ex, so they don't hire you. This kind of stuff happens all the time, and you'll never know why. And it's not personal. Okay, so even though it may sure feel personal, right? But when you leave the audition room, your job is to move on and let it go. When thinking about competition, you can also take some comfort knowing that there is actually very little real competition. Why is that? Well, most of the other actors that you think are your competition aren't really ready or aren't really doing the work. I mean that they're not willing to do whatever work is required of them. And that can be a little different for everyone. For instance, they might be putting in work and effort when it comes to going to acting classes and for preparing for their auditions, but maybe they're not willing to do the work on their minds and their inner game. So they're coming across to others as negative or a little crazy or maybe too needy. But remember that a lot of actors lose the role because of what's happened before the actual audition, the actual acting part in the audition. Okay? So another way is maybe they aren't willing to do the self-promotion and the press that scares them, or maybe they're not willing to do whatever is required to break through to the next level. That is what I mean when we talk about how most of your competition is simply not willing to do the work. And finally, when we talk about competition, please know that, in a way, there is actually zero competition. Because why? Because there's only one you. You are one in a million. You are special. There is not another actor on the planet that is exactly like you. It's kind of cool when you think of it that way, huh? There truly is only one of you. Okay, so get out there, be prepared, be willing to really do the work, and know that your only true competition in your career is yourself.